Deep diving into the world of what this new Nekroz support can actually do for you. Make sure you guys smash the crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out more awesome content. So this is going to be our new little walkthrough here of what this new Nekroz stuff can actually do. Oozle was super excited to show me what this could do. So these are going to be some interesting little replays showcasing what the new stuff can do. And Advance is really going to be the piece that's going to get all of this started. So Advance on normal summon is going to special summon a Nekroz monster from your deck except for itself, which is fine. We're going to go ahead and trigger. We're going to go ahead and special summon out the new Amelia. Now, Amelia lets you, on normal or special, you get to add a Nekroz ritual or a Nekroz monster from your deck to your hand. So what you're actually going to search for here is we're going to grab the bread hair here. Now we're going to go ahead and in this situation we already have the Colossus, so we're going to go ahead and discard the Colossus, go get a copy of the Nekroz Divine Mirror. This is our new ritual spell card that is a quick play, which is really, really good. Like, I like this card a lot. So we're going to go ahead and activate this card. This lets us, during the main phase, alright, this is either player's turn, you ritual summon from your hand or banishment by tributing monsters from your hand and or field and or sending Nekroz monsters from your extra deck to the graveyard whose total levels equal or exceed that level. This right here has a little interesting ability down here. It says if you ritual summon exactly one Nekroz ritual monster with an effect that requires the use of monsters, this card you control can be used as the entire tribute. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to use that to exceed and equal our level. Now this new mirror actually does something completely different from the others. This is during your main phase, you banish this card in a Nekroz monster from your graveyard to add one Nekroz spell card from your deck to your hand. So we're going to go ahead and banish. We're going to go ahead and grab the Kaleido from the deck here. So now at this point we can go ahead and discard this Brionac. We're going to go ahead and grab a Unicorn from the deck. Gotta love our searcher. Unicorn's still going to be the best access one that we're going to want because this is going to negate all face up that are from the extra deck. So we're going to go ahead and Kaleido. Kaleido sends the Herald here, and then Herald will go ahead and trigger, getting us a search. We're going to go ahead and grab the Cycle here. Now, as you can see here, we have a lot more gas in this hand to still do things. We're going to go ahead and cycle, tributing off the Advance here, and we're going to put this Colossus loaded up here onto the field. Now, this card, since this was tributed, alright, by a card effect, you can add any number of your banished Nekroz cards with different names from your banishment to your hand. So we're going to get back both of these to our hand, which is actually very free, insane value. So we get both of these loaded on back up here. Now, this card has another interesting effect. So if you have a Warrior Nekroz monster, we can special summon this card from the hand, and that's on the field or in the graveyard. Alright, so we'll go ahead and extend this on down. We're going to go ahead and we're going to make the Bahamut Shark here because we are not locked at all. Alright, you do see the Toad coming on down here. We're going to go ahead and link summon on into the Dynamondo. Now we can go ahead and Nadir Servant on drop down the Garua. We'll get a free draw here. Alright, if we're just going to go ahead and skip the draw. You don't need to see that for intents and purposes of the combo because you would still have the +1 in the hand here. Ecclesia, go ahead and trigger. We'll go ahead and grab the Maximus here. Alright, and then we'll go ahead and Maximus, extend on down to banish. Go ahead and send the Titaniaclad and the Herald here. Alright, we'll go ahead and get a search for the Metaltron. Alright, and then we'll go ahead and prep on in the Colossus. And then we'll go ahead and set Titaniaclad. We'll go ahead and add us a Fleur-de-Lis. So you would technically be ending on one more card in your hand, with this being your full field. You have the Dynamondo here loaded on up so you can do your thing. And honestly, this is kind of an interesting little board to be ending on here. So you have the Bread Hair ready to go. You have the Toad. You have the Dynamondo ready to cycle. You've done the Maximus. You've done the Ecclesia. You have the Divine Mirror on the opponent's next turn to deploy out the Metaltronus, which is this is the thing you're like wanting to do this for, is like during the opponent's turn, if you can get to the Trishula or something, you know, to try to cycle up some cute little things, you can. Now our second replay here, so you gotta, once again, it's going to come down to Advance here. Advance is going to be the card, but you've also got double prep in this hand, which is kind of funny. So we're going to go ahead and advance. We're going to go ahead and deploy out the Amelia here. So we're going to do the same thing that we done on the last line. All right. If this card becomes negated or anything happens to it, I mean, this is your starter now. All right. Very interesting for the design for this deck. We'll go ahead and trigger. We'll go ahead and grab the Divine Mirror from the deck. We'll go ahead and prep on into the Brionac here. All right. We'll go ahead and Brionac discard. Go ahead and search for a good old bread hair here. This is going to, honestly, I think this is still your biggest piece that you want on your end board here. So we're going to go ahead and fire off the Bread here, attributing the Chariot. I love all of these, can be used as maximum value. Chariot's going to go ahead and trigger. We're going to grab a free Colossus from the deck. All right, we'll go ahead and prep on into a Kaleido, and we'll go ahead and prep into the good card there. And then we're going to go ahead and Colossus discard, and go ahead and Kaleido on up. All right, hey, look. Free value. So now we have the Nekroz of Unicorn down here. We'll go ahead and get our free search off of our Herald, grabbing us the Metaltron here. Still not locked, by the way. I think that's my favorite thing about doing this combo line. We're going to go ahead and banish both. All right, so now we'll go ahead and actually grab the Cycle here. All right, and then we'll go ahead and overlay into the Totally Awesome Maker. Good old Bahamut Shark. This is actually really, really good. I like this. Go ahead and detach, make the Toad. So now we're going to go ahead and cycle off. All right, we'll go ahead and bring back the Unicorn. Now is where you're going to get to trigger Advance here, and this is where things get very, very, very good. All right, Advance is triggering. I'm going to grab back the Divine Mirror and the Chariot. So whatever you need to banish to get things going here is actually going to be the best part. So during the opponent's main phase here is where you're going to, so we passed turn on the Bread here, the Totally Awesome, the Unicorn, and the Totally Awesome. Going into the next turn is where you're going to see the Tribute Summon for the Metaltron here, and then you still have the Imperm set, and we're going to go ahead and recruit on in for this. And you still have the Unicorn loaded on up here, which is doing its job. This is not a terrible end board to be seen, but I think this is a pretty good showcase of the little things that you're able to do with this deck. You know, having access to very strong ritual monsters out here, especially like good old Bread here out here, is not something that I feel like you get to see much. But the new stuff gives you those normal summons, gives you that, you know, starting point to kind of do things. And once again, I mean, I am very fearful of Imperm. I am very fearful of Ash Blossom cutting these points off, because you need these extensions to be able to go. But Nekroz has never looked like an easier deck to play, honestly. Like, if you want to have some fun, I think this is the thing to actually kind of be messing around with. Let's pass on over to deck list. This is a very, very early prototype build. You're going to have to remember that when you're looking at this list. We are playing one copy of Bread here out here. This card is absolutely the nuts. All right. This card, just being a free monster effect negation, is going to get you a lot of stupid games. Metaltron, this card does not feel super good in my opinion. It's cool that, you know, the pendulum scale effect on this thing does exist, but I really feel like it doesn't accomplish a lot. Unicorn, this is also both a Totally Awesome Maker and a free little stepping stone for certain things if need be. We also have the triple copies of Nekroz of Brionac. I mean, once again, this card is everything. Like, I'll go ahead and I love my free searcher. Same thing with the Colossus, all right? This card is a little bit outdated, but I mean, it does still search for the spell. You do have to look at it. Nekroz of Trishul is still going to be our massive power swinger next to, you know, a Bread here. And then, of course, we are playing triple copies of Advance and triple copies of Amelia. These cards are a lot better than I initially gave them credit for. I looked at this, I was like, man, we got to really commit a normal summon to this. Yes, but both of these get things going in the deck now. We're also playing one copy of Shrit. It's actually kind of sad to be seeing this now, because we're definitely now at the point that Shrit definitely does not feel as strong as it once was. And then, of course, our Dogmatica package of Fleur-de-Lis, Maximus, and the Ecclesia. And then kind of your choice of what you want to do with the hand traps. So triple Ash with the triple Fulawars, and then, of course, some Imperms in here. And then we're playing one copy of the Divine Mirror. This card is really, really good. Of course, one Nekroz Mirror, one copy of Cycle, and one Kaleido. We also have your one Rhoda with your triple Preparation of Rites, your triple Nadir Servant, all pretty standard stuff. And then, of course, we have one Toadmaster with one Bahamut Shark, one Aggregator, and then, of course, one Titani-clad, one Granguignol, two copies of Ints to kind of control the field if need be. And then, of course, we have one Garua, one SP Little Knight with one Dynamondo, and then we have Lulu Walleth, we have Malong, and then, of course, triple copies of your Herald out here to get you some of that free value that you're gonna be needing to see out here. Outside of that, this list, I think, is a very fantastic start. All right, we are just hours into seeing this Nekroz stuff come to light, and I know a lot of people are excited. Nekroz is a fan favorite deck, and a lot of people are going to try all of these cool things just to see what they can do with this deck. So please, leave a comment down below, tell me what you guys think, and I hope you enjoyed our earliest look at Nekroz goodness. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.